Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of Final Fantasy 12. Well, not 12. 10-2. God, that was on autopilot there. But we're going to continue the series. We are not going to let it die. And we are going to hop over to Djose Temple to aim for another episode complete. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get episode complete at the moment. But we have to then start the journey through the desert digging side quest. But don't worry, we're going to get plenty of episodes complete today. So when you arrive, the Albed at Djose say that they are after building an amazing machina to help take down Vegnagun. Because building a super weapon to destroy another super weapon is obviously the best thing to do. But essentially, they want to test the power of their weapon, so we have to challenge the machina. So essentially, it starts off at attack 1, defense 1, special 1. And you get extra parts by digging in the desert. So I didn't do any digging, just because if you accidentally max out all these stats, if it's like level 5 attack, defense, and special, we're in trouble because we don't actually get this particular scene. We only get the game over, you know, final chapter scene, and we'll miss out on experience and percentage. So we have to get this particular mission and get that particular scene in order to challenge it. And it's only level 1, it's not going to be that hard. But then to get episode complete, we're going to need to go to the desert, and while in the desert, collect the materials to level up the machine, and then once it's leveled, we defeat it again and we get our episode complete. But as it happens, just get your Dark Knight, use Darkness, get the Malador song sung, and then Yuna can go back to dishing out some damage as a Dark Knight herself. And we just have Pain throwing mega potions so that our two girls with Darkness can do their best. And really, really quickly, we're going to end up taking down the experiment. It only has physical attacks for now, so we don't even need to worry particularly even about getting hit. So realistically, Pain could also be probably a Dark Knight, but if you're getting chains as well with the girls, if you're getting like one hit after the other, it can be pretty useful. And so yeah, I'm even thinking, oh, can I just swap to Pain to do something a bit different? And then Yuna has her 0 MP, so we can use Black Sky to get tons of damage out. I realised that I left the Bushido lore on Riku, so we can give her haste and stuff. And Pain's just going to do some extra little bit of healing and defense. But as you can see, Black Sky does thousands of damage. Thousands and thousands of damage. So, you know, it is super, super good. And, you know, that's the experiment defeated. So we're now going to have to go digging. And the different types of pieces we get can give us, you know, bonuses to attack, defense, and special. And whether it's an like A part, S part, X part, or whatever, they give different values to those different stats. So there's like attack assembly, defense assembly, special assembly, and then it's like XYZ or something. And so X is 1 point, Y is whatever point, and Z is like the highest point. It's weird that Yuna just can't speak Albad at all. That Yuna can't at all. But now, it says you need repair manuals to repair it. But luckily enough, we have a very, very easy repair manual that we can get. You just have to go to the guy in Djose and give him the password Marnala, and he will give you a repair manual, and then we can move on with our lives. But as it happens, I just want to get a bunch of episodes complete this episode. I kind of was thinking we'll leave the digging tutorial to its own video. But we're gonna still have Djose as a hotspot because they want you to make the ultimate weapon. and then we have to like destroy it, is essentially the vibe for an episode complete. But we can get a quick one here. Speak to Tobli, and he'll be like, hop up on the shoe puff. You can stay on it for like a little quick second, change the cameras, and then once you exit after like maybe 40 seconds on the shoe puff, you're able to get an episode complete then for all of your help.
Since you are you, you're most welcome to. In fact, I want you to. I insist.
So you just have to select let's go on stage, because that gives you the little extra scene afterwards. So again, just stay up for like 30 seconds, you can like change the camera, and then eventually just select done, and you get a concluding scene with Tobli and another episode complete.
Thank you so much, really and truly. I must give you something in return.
Oh, that's okay. We really enjoyed doing it. Right?
Well, I'm delighted that you were so entertained. Yup. I'm oh so very ecstatic to hear you say so. This is a dream. Mine, I mean, joining everyone's hearts into one ginormous heart. So that's why I do it. My work. Yes, sirree. Dear, I've talked too long.
Alright, Tobli's from the Kingdom Hearts universe confirmed.
Work. Ahem. Work!
All into the complete heart and connected hearts and heart of darkness.
I'd like to ask your help again one of these days. I'd most politely like to formally request your later participation in advance. Woo-hoo.
Even Pain's getting into the spirit of things. But we get our episode complete, and that hotspot is concluded. So the next fun part we get to go to. And like, it's so funny because you can't even, sorry, I just got sidetracked. You can't even skip those scenes, like the panning over of the airship or anything. Like, you need to like have every single scene watched. But we're gonna go to GuadoSalam, and we get some lovely closing words from the Guado, who have all kind of come back and accepted like the fact that they need to like, you know, re-enter the world in a new and positive way. So I will let this cutscene play, and I'll see you the other side.
There could be no sweeter melody. It is as if this music delivered the Guado from our unhappy fate. Reviled by all of Spira, most of my people decided to forsake GuadoSalam. Those of us who remained until the very end eventually tired of our miserable fortune and fled to Macalania. We went to wither away together with the woods. That is when we met our musical friends. They too were prepared to fade away with their beloved Macalania woods. Yet hearing them perform, I felt a quickening in my blood. I was quite moved. I could not stand by and let such exquisite music be extinguished. After consulting with the other Guado, I decided to bring them home to GuadoSalam. Not a single Guado objected. It's been many years since I've seen such solidarity among my people. Surely this music was the salve that healed our weary hearts. I am quite aware of the Ronso's hatred for the Guado. If they were to attack tomorrow, I would neither run nor hide. If they asked to talk, I would talk. Were they to take my life, I would give it willingly.
Not the Ronso. They don't want bloodshed.
Right, because they're elders on top of things.
That is auspicious news. The Guado, too, must choose a new leader.
What about you?
Preposterous. I will never be remembered for anything but my service under Lord Jiskel and Lord Seymour.
Ah, quit your bellyaching! You'd make a fine leader!
You guided us to salvation without any concern for your own safety. You show resolve worthy of a leader.
But my strength came from your music.
You're wrong. The music only helped you unlock your own inner strength.
You really think so? Then I will work these old bones as best I can for my beloved Guado.
If you're ever feeling weary, we'll play a song to make you cheery.
So, with that episode complete, Trommel is now the new leader of the Guado. And, you know, he's kind of taken in the refugees from Macalania because their home has been destroyed. And, you know, music is saving everything. Like, what is this? Melody of Memories? But we need to port back to GuadoSalam, and we're able to enter this house that was usually always locked. So just quickly talk to Trommel, and he'll basically say what he says.
Oh, Lady Yuna, I'm glad you're here. Please, please feel free to take anything you need.
What is this place?
This was to be the final resting place for the memories of the Guado. Before leaving, we carefully stored away those things we had passed down for generations. I'm told that some of us stole back here for a nostalgic glance at lost times. Even the most unassuming of memories can console a wounded spirit.
In that case, I shouldn't take anything.
On the contrary.
Oh, and like, I don't know why the graphics just get messed up.
The Guado would be honored.
Like Pain and Riku are just broken.
And
then they pop back in at the end of his speech. It's so weird. It's so strange. But once you step in, you actually discover that Leon and Aid made friends with a Guado. And he gives you a little garment grid.
Yes. I knew it. Leon and Aid told me about you.
Really? You're friends?
Yeah. I heard the Ronso hate us, but Leon and Aid were really friendly. Oh, this is for you. Aid gave it to me.
So we get the Tempered Will garment grid, and then if we can talk to Leon and Aid later,
Yeah,
we get
they
even
gave
more
me tons
garment
more
grids.
like it. Leon told me the story of Lady Yuna and the Ronso Elder. Now that I've met you, I think I want to go meet the Elder too. Besides, Leon and Aid promised me that we could climb their mountain together.
And this is like the cuteness of, like, you know, healing the hatred between like different communities. Is that like it really is like the youth that can kind of connect in a more innocent way and then build a future of tolerance together, which is just really sweet. So we now need to hop over to the Thunder Plains, which basically is a running from tower to tower to destroy fiends that are leeching off the electricity towers.
Your sphere screen is to blame.
Find a sphere and the fiends appear?
So we have to go tidy up Shinra's mess. And essentially, I didn't do the calibration minigame, but this is kind of a conclusion to the calibration minigame. Depending on how perfectly you did the towers, the chests that spawn after you defeat each of these monsters changes. And you'll obviously get really good items like elixirs in some of them and really good accessories in others. It all depends. But you literally just run from tower to tower and collect the different rewards that are there. And ultimately, your goal then is to fight the final boss on unlocking actually a brand new dungeon unique to this game in the Thunder Plains. And we're going to need to explore that dungeon again in order to unlock Payne's ultimate dress sphere like key item. So there's a bunch of different side quests that I have to kind of do to unlock all the different elements of the game to get all the dress spheres fully powered up. So that's kind of been why this has taken a bit of a backseat in terms of the stream of content that I was doing, because I'm just finding it hard to find chocobos. There's a mini game that has us collecting chocobos and raising them to like a max level of 5. But it's 1, random if the chocobo's even there, 2, random if you capture it or it doesn't run away, 3, random if its max level is 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. So, you know, it's an issue. And I just haven't found 4 level 5 chocobos, and I've gone through about 40 different chocobos.
We still haven't checked that tower.
I'll get there when I get there. But I have other content here that I can still upload, but that's just why I've been holding off a little bit. But I wanted to hop back and get back into 10.2, because like that I've kind of had 12 on the brain all this Christmas holidays.
Bring it, beefsteak.
But we now have to fight a large behemoth, and in defeating the behemoth we end up actually unlocking as I said, this unique what's the word? Unique dungeon that we can explore in 10.2. And you know, with a good few black skies and different bits and pieces, we're able to completely defeat the behemoth, but he does end up casting the magic spell Meteor. If we ended up using the psychic dress sphere and gave ourselves immunity to magic, that would have done no damage. Payne would have survived. But we end up getting a mission complete. But we aren't satisfied with mission complete. We want episode complete. So we're going to have to go back to the Thunder Plains. We get the Valiant Luster Garment Grid, but we're going to have to go back and go into this hidden cave by the base of that tower.
He says there's another hole by the tower.
Think it's connected to the others?
I don't think there's a faith here.
Uh-oh. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Eludiga, we do Draruma.
We going in?
Yep, in the hole.
Aww.
Now, this cave becomes much more interesting later on when we revisit it. But for now, we just have to follow where that red arrow is. Because what you'll see is all these little green squares. All these green squares are going to be closed the second time we visit this cave. And we have to basically do a bunch of number puzzles in order to reopen the cave to get back to where we end up finding Sid in this area, to unlock the chest that's right beside Sid. I believe that's the one that has Payne's ultimate dress sphere key item.
Howdy.
But we get stuck in the cutscene and then we have to like warp back to the airship and then come back again and do all these puzzles.
So I decided to explore it. Call it curiosity. But this place is swarming with fiends.
Sid does not have our turn off fiend power. So he's stuck. He's like full of fiends and it's like, I haven't seen one, Uncle Sid. you're just after hurting your leg and you're not able to
Pulled something.
walk.
Oh, you are so lame.
Who's gonna carry him?
Hey, let a man keep his pride.
Got a better idea?
Well, how about this?
Boss fight. Two boss fights in one episode. Nice. So it's the old machina they used to try and kidnap Yuna on Lake Macalania, which is quite funny. And we have the 3 little watchers. So we're gonna just black sky, do damage to everything, and they're showing off an intent to you know, white magic, or the black magic thunder heals instead of being their weakness. But we're going to do some black sky, we're going to get our mighty guard up, and then yeah, just do damage to the tank and try and do AoE damage that the little guys get damage too. Black Sky does a good amount of damage, but we're going to use our new blue bullet to hit everything. And they're just so pesky with their turn order, you know? But again, we're never in any real danger of dying at this point. Now, the mortar on Yuna with 0 MP would have been deadly, because it just has a really high, like, natural damage calc, as you can see, 7,000. But we're able to absorb again, so we can get some MP back. But imagining just firing off 7,000 or probably more damage from Yuna with Ragnarok at like 0 MP, and that's to all enemies. Like if I had done that at the start, would have had them all massively injured. We're going to just fire off another mortar, and we're going to fire off a black sky.
Guess what's coming
And like the black sky is actually longer, just because the agility is so much lower on Yuna. But the defense is way better, and the HP, you know. But we're gonna pepper him with another volley of the black sky, and with that boss defeated, we're gonna head back to the airship automatically. But we will circle back and do this dungeon when I kind of explore a bunch of the dungeons in another episode. I'm planning to do the Chocobo dungeon, the Mihen dungeon, because that's kind of connected to the Chocobos, and then the Thunder Plains dungeon. So I want to do them all in one video, you see. But as I say, the Chocobos are proving difficult. But when we get back to the airship,
You're welcome aboard our
we're
airship.
going to have a scene with Sid and a scene with Sid and Brother. And then that's going to be the episode. So I'm going to love you all and leave you all for the rest of this cutscenes. And I'll see you next time for another episode of Final Fantasy X-2. Talk to you then.
Sid and Brother have put each other through a lot over the years. Not even Riku knows what caused their final falling out. Still, there's something nice about the whole thing. If only I could have talked like this with my father. Or you, with yours.
gussing this baby up. Your kitchen paint job? Oh, just who does he take after anyway? Can we see it? We now go back to
Set Winov Pichnichak, Tran.
Tut kunei winkan vidran, we second le kusidrek.
Dede Winkre, Madi, Ripmachie.
2 feet we did.